This week we've got Best Girls.
And Crackships. All systems go. Starts right now.
Hello and welcome back to All Systems Go, the only show that will take your statement, no matter how strange.
We promise not to haunt your dreams and feed off your fear of commitment. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Jenica Jenick, head archivist of the Magnus Institute, London.
And I'm Sammy K. Brinkoff, archival assistant at the Magnus Institute. Statements begin. Overwatch 2 Season 9 came out yesterday, and with it a lot of changes. Firstly, a new event called Cosmic Crisis has come out. This mode has you facing against Eldritch Horrors. Next, Competitive got a major rework. Every player had their comp rank reset. A new rank was also added called Champion. And you can now see your competitive progress to the next rank. All heroes got a health buff. Pharah got a new rework which changes her flying abilities. Last, but certainly not least, every hero in the game now has self-heal. After 5 seconds of not taking damage, you start regaining health. I personally can't wait to play one competitive game, lose, and uninstall the game forever.
Do you enjoy partaking in the service that is Funimation? Well, bad news for you, bucko. Unfortunately, because of the unification at Crunchyroll's fan services, as announced in March of 2022, the Funimation app and website will sunset on April 2nd of this year. Funimation reassures patrons, saying, "Rest assured, this transition will not impact your access to the vast library of anime available on Crunchyroll." But I don't know, y'all, I'm just tired of monopolies. Because it's about to get as hard to find anime to watch legally as it is to find the One Piece, you might have to follow in Luffy's footsteps and become a pirate yourself.
Hey there, comic book nerds. For those of you who love both Marvel and DC, you're in luck. DC vs. Marvel Omnibus and DC Marvel the Amalgam Age Omnibus have officially and jointly announced that they have found publishers to re-release the old comics from the 1970s through the 2000s. This is great because these haven't been reprinted since the 2000s. These reprints will include, but are not limited to, DC vs. Marvel, Bruce Wayne, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Doctor Strange Fate. So, for any of you comic collectors who missed out on these wonderful series, make sure to pick some up when the copies release on August 6th, 2024.
Were you waiting for Disney to sink their fangs into yet another aspect of your life? Well, wait no longer. Disney is teaming up with Fortnite and investing $1.5 billion in an equity stake in Epic Games to create a whole new world in the gamer sphere. Disney describes this new endeavor as, quote, "The new persistent universe will offer a multitude of opportunities for consumers to play, watch, shop, and engage with content and characters and stories from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Avatar, and more." End quote. I have no doubt that this will mean more in-app purchases for all. So get ready to ask your dad for some V-Bucks so you can buy a hidden Mickey gun or whatever. We have no word on when this Disney metaverse will debut, but I'm sure you'll hear all about it from us when it does.
Sony, the company behind the PlayStation, has released some interesting news this past week. Sony stated they weren't releasing any new major existing franchise titles this next fiscal year. This only applies to already existing major franchise titles, not new properties that haven't been released yet. When given examples of certain titles that won't be released this year, Sony mentioned God of War and Marvel Spider-Man. Now, this doesn't mean we won't be getting any games, just nothing super big from Sony's end. Hopefully, we'll get some news on what games are being released next year.
Do you hate large corporations and pray every day for their downfall? Me too! And it looks like, well, our prayers haven't quite been answered, but at least Amazon's getting sued. This past January, Amazon changed their terms of their Prime subscription service. Previously, one of the benefits of subscribing to Amazon Prime was the ability to watch movies and TV shows on Prime Video without having to deal with the dystopian hellscape of constant ads. However, Amazon decided that Prime members paying $14.99 a month or $139 a year wasn't enough, and added a $2.99 per month ad-free tier to their services. God, I hate capitalism. The plaintiff suing Amazon points out that people who purchased an annual subscription in January have paid $139 only to have the terms of their purchase changed in the middle of their subscription period, constituting a breach of contract.
After the break, we got some anime that Joe and Kayla love.
All systems go. We'll be right back.
Joe and Kayla love some anime. Let's hear what they have to say.
Hey everyone, it's Kayla here. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my top 5 favorite animes. Starting with Corpse Party. Now, this is my favorite video game series, so seeing an anime adaptation of Corpse Party made my heart soar. It is only 4 episodes, but it gives you exactly what you're looking for. I love it so much, and I always find myself rewatching it when I don't want to spend 15 hours replaying the game.
So for my number 5 pick, I picked My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999, and if anything, this anime taught me that if I had a real girlfriend and I met a girl on an MMO, I'd probably dump my real girlfriend for the girl that I met in the MMO, as that's literally what happens to the protagonist in this one. It's really good. Personally, I had some fun with it. Would I recommend it? Yeah. It was pretty good.
Hunter x Hunter, or as some people like to call it, Hunter x Hunter, is an amazing anime with some of the best story arcs and characters I have ever seen. The Phantom Troop itself has such different characters that all come together so cohesively. Honestly, all the characters, from Hisoka to someone like Palm, I love them all. It has made me cry on several occasions, and honestly, it has a really special spot in my heart.
My number 4 pick would actually have to go to The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten. Now, if you've ever wanted a toothache that was so bad, it hurts so bad, you probably would actually pick up this one, because my god, was this anime just stupid sweet. This anime is overall just really sweet, and it focuses a lot on wanting to be better, and that's really what the main protagonist focuses on with, the love interest in this one, so good on you, protagonist. Good on you for improving, because improvement is what matters. Good on you. Thumbs up.
Another anime adaptation from a video game I adore. Here comes hyperfixation of the year 2020. COVID had hit and I needed something to focus on. Danganronpa was there to guide me. And that anime was fun as heck to watch. If you like Battle Royale or The Hunger Games and Ace Attorney, go ahead and pop this crossover on. It will blow your mind.
Number 3 on the list is actually going to quintessential quintuplets. Now, at first I didn't think much of this anime when I first watched it, actually. Besides the fact that, there's 5 potential love interests? Whoa, we're going kind of an extra mile here. Not 1, not 2, but 5? Hold the presses. But really overall, this anime became instantly one of my favorites. Despite the fact that it fell at number 3, it became one of my favorites just based on the story that was being told here. I mean, it was truly immaculate, just sort of watching the protagonist who just starts off hating these people, just fall into become such, or have these great relationships with these people, and overall I love this anime. The movie actually almost made me cry, and well, that takes a lot to get out of me, so kudos to this anime, and I would highly recommend this one if you were looking for a good romance anime or a good rom-com. This one just hit everything correctly, so yeah.
I know it's a drawback to the series itself, which is why I'm just gonna go give all my love. It's the iconic trio that's Misa, L, and Light, The first season is definitely worth watching. I feel like it's a staple in the anime community. Mostly everyone has seen it. And if you haven't, go watch it. It's fun to laugh at, even if you don't really like it. So some part of it, I'm sure you'll enjoy.
For my number 2 pick, I actually have to go with Jujutsu Kaisen. I have 14 of the volumes. So, and currently I'm on... Well, I haven't finished. So here's the thing. I haven't finished the anime. I haven't finished it, but it is remarkably good. Remarkably good. Cam recommended me this one, so kudos to Cam. And overall, I just love the visuals and like everything that's done with this anime, the story, the plot, everything. You know, it's done extremely well.
I binged the last 2 seasons of this over Thanksgiving, and it was so gut-wrenching, but so amazing at the same time. I'd only seen 1 episode of this in like 2013, and I honestly had no recollection besides Potato Girl. And let me tell you, I am so glad I gave it a chance because it is one of the best animes I have ever got to see.
And for Joe's number 1 pick, I have to go with Chainsaw Man. This was actually kind of the first manga I picked up as well. So this one holds a special place in my heart. This was actually the one I really, really enjoyed. You know, it's not even just like the visuals in the manga, but it's also just the visuals in the anime as well. And again, brilliant story. And even though I already know what happens in the manga, considering that I've read all of part 1 and currently it's only been 1 season in the anime, I'm just more excited to see the interpretation that the anime is going to have from the manga and how it's all done. The manga was done really well, and the anime can only go up from here with the explosive start that season 1 had, so yeah.
Grab your briefcase and prepare your statements. We'll see you in court after the break. ASG Court is back in session. Tonight's case is quite possibly the most serious we've ever handled. Who is Best Girl? To begin, Joe and Austin will duke it out, fighting for...
I am fighting on behalf of Bulma Briefs from Dragon Ball.
I'm fighting for Faye Valentine from Cowboy Bebop.
Wonderful. You may present your case.
All right.
You go first.
Yeah, I brought a whole thing right here. I lost. So, all right. So for starters, Toriyama can only write 1 woman, and that is Bulma. That is the most important fact we have to get out of the way right now. She's the only well-written woman in the entirety of Dragon Ball. She's a strong-willed but very caring character. She's very smart, an inventor and a scientist. We love a woman in STEM. She's a fashion icon, willing to change her appearance whenever she sees fit, and most of her outfits are bangers. And she's also the only rich person to ever exist who actively fights to help the planet. Jeff Bezos could never. I rest my case.
Thank you. Joe, your retort?
Okay, so despite the fact that like Cowboy Bebop had a really small runtime of like 25 episodes total, you definitely see a lot of Faye's arc that changes overall from just like the start of the anime to like the end of it. So like she starts off very like, you know, self-influenced, like she only has to care about herself, and like, you know, eventually as like the specific part comes at like the very last episode when like Spike is about to like, you know, go sacrifice himself, and then she stops Spike. Like she had every intention to not stop Spike there, but she still went for it. And then you kind of end up like learning about her past, and now she was like, and she ends up kind of getting manipulated in a sense to like, you know, she has like this huge debt, and then she wakes up and now she has this gigantic debt that she now has to pay off for another dude, and you're kind of like learning about her backstory, and like her backstory is like she's messed up. Like everything that just sort of happened, she's trying to rebuild herself in the process, and she's trying to understand. So it's a lot of self improvement in a sense, and wanting to develop herself more as a character and sort of improve. And then she just ends up having this unique character arc that overall is built into. So it's really, really well done. Also, she knows how to play cards. You gotta give me some credit there. She knows how to play cards.
I will give you a little
and
bit
she
of credit
and
there.
she knows how to
Order in the court.
what?
I'm ready to make my ruling.
Crap,
Thank
I think
you.
I just lost.
We love a woman in STEM. We love a woman who improves herself. Due to self-improvement, I'm going to go with Faye Valentine's best girl. Congratulations.
Sorry, I still have
Up
to watch
next.
Dragon Ball, so.
Anne-Marie and Coleman, may you please take the stand. Please, state your case for the court. Coleman, who are you representing today?
Hi, I am representing Laura Croft from Tomb Raider.
And Anne-Marie, who are you representing today?
I am representing Black Widow from Marvel comics and the movies.
Thank you. Coleman, your case.
Okay, so I represent Laura Croft. To start off, Tomb Raider is one of gaming's biggest franchises. May not be as big as it once was, but it still plays a prominent role into today's culture. Basically, it revolutionized gaming and platform in the same way Super Mario 64 did. And Lara Croft is also basically Indiana Jones in the world of gaming. Plus, she fights bats, wolves, dinosaurs, mummies, and even skinless Atlantean demons straight out of a Clive Barker movie. And also, her popularity also took the world by storm, so much so that she has transcended the world of gaming and has had plenty of movies and even appeared on the cover of magazines. And she's also appeared as the spokesperson for a lot of products. She's appeared in car commercials, soda commercials, and even ads for Visa. So I'm not sure how much more badass you can get than Lara Croft, personally.
Anne-Marie, your case?
Sorry. I don't really have a triangular-based argument here, but for Black Widow, right? She is like a feminist icon in the sense that like she pioneered the way for like women in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. She was the first to be in the MCU as a woman and paved the way. So honestly, props there. But in the comics and in the movies, she also brought down the Red Room that trained her and kind of brainwashed her too, and freed all of the other Black Widows. And she is on a big self-improvement journey herself with finding her family and finding family. So she has 2 families now when she used to have none. And in the comics, she had an iconic run with Daredevil and with the Winter Soldier. She's just such an iconic character, and she infiltrated the Thunderbolts. Like, sorry.
I'm ready to make my statement. Although neither of you have you've told me the things that they've done. You haven't told me who they are, why I should care. And the jury would very much like it to be known that Lara Croft triangle boobs. Yes. Getting word from the jury. Thank you. I'm going to give this one to Black Widow. May Sammy and Wyatt please take the stand and get ready. Here they come now.
Oh, you're gonna need luck.
Please state who you are representing today. Wyatt, you first.
I will be representing Goro Majima from the Yakuza / Like a Dragon series.
Thank you. And Sam?
I will be representing REO Speedwagon from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Thank you. Wyatt, your case.
Well, I want to start with just saying that Majima is always there for you. And I don't mean that as just a expression. I mean that as a gameplay element. It's called Majima Everywhere. It's in Yakuza Kiwami 1. It's fantastic. Now, I don't want to beat too hard on this, but Speedwagon's love is always depicted through speech. His only contribution when it comes to the actual plot of Phantom Blood is to be an enemy for Jonathan to take down and forgive to show his character. But Majima cares everything about character growth. The reason that he is always picking fights with you, the reason that he is always showing up right behind you, the reason that he's coming out of a manhole cover is because he wants you to be stronger. He wants you to be better. And he won't allow anybody but himself to kill you. It's important to note, too, that Speedwagon has absolutely no boundaries. This man watched Jonathan and Erina bang from an open door. Majima cuts the middleman, all right? He says that I don't need it. He'll dress up as a hostess in a cabaret club just to talk to you, just so that you can connect like a good partner does. And if you want physical intimacy, he's more than willing to take you out back.
Interesting choice of wording there at the end. Sammy, your take?
I don't remember Speedwagon watching Arena and Jonathan, but does it happen? I don't remember it in the anime.
Happen.
Wow. Anyway, well, if that's the case, that's iffy. But Speedwagon, just like Joe's character, has a change of heart. They start off as a villain in the Ogre Street battle, fighting against Jonathan, and recognizing Jonathan's pure soul. Speedwagon changed his ideologies and sided with him, going with him to the end, all the way to Jonathan's death. Sorry, spoilers for Part 1 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Speedwagon then, in Part 2, sets up the Speedwagon Foundation, which really shows his love for the Joestar family. He supports them through Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, not Part 5. Giorno doesn't get the Speedwagon Foundation, but he's illegitimate, so it doesn't matter. Jolene, though, Jolene also gets support. He's there for all of the Joestars.
Now this is a very tough one because I have personal feelings in the game here. I am truly a Speedwagon lover at heart. However, there is something to be said for Wyatt's argument. It was very strong.
There was a lot more.
There was a lot more. I felt like I very much got to know Majima more.
That's what he does.
But I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I can make a ruling on this one. I'll give it to Majimo, specifically because of the argument, but I do love Speedwagon. I'm so sorry, Sammy. You did our boy dirty. What? After the break, we go insane over a lore-dense dating sim. All systems go. We'll be right back.
Up next, Jenica and some of the cast played Cinderella Phenomenon.
Hi, howdy, and welcome to Cinderella Phenomenon, the dating show that our beautiful, wonderful, fabulous producer Jenny recommended that we play. I'm your host of this whole shebang, Jenica.
Yay. I'm Anne-Marie. I'm here for funsies.
I am Cameron. I am also here for funsies.
I'm Brody. I'm here for funsies, and I'm also editing this whole thing.
Happy Valentine's Day. Let's get into it. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, there were two crystals. One was the Crystallium Lucas, protected by the ruler of the fairies.
It's like a plump up.
The other was the Crystallium Tenebrium, which was watched over by the high leader of the witches. The Lucas was sustained by love, happiness, and joy. The Tenebrium by fear, anger, and hatred.
That is a plump up.
The fairies and witches lived in harmony with the humans of the kingdom. They regulated the powers of the crystals in order to maintain balance between darkness and light. Got it.
Here we go.
Prologue, Ice Princess.
Actually, I think Brody's such a good person.
That's
the honor on the throne.
All right. My name is Lucette Riella Britton, daughter of King Centauro. Or wait,
Gennaro.
King Gennaro Britton III.
You gotta sound more princess-like.
Don't.
I'm the crown princess of the kingdom of Injo.
Yeah, like that, Brody. Come on.
Ouch.
What's the problem with this voice? Brody?
All right, just let's continue. At least that's who I used to be. I'm not doing a voice the whole time.
Do a voice. You gotta do a voice.
You're not peer pressuring me.
That's not the line.
But that was before yesterday, when I became a victim of the infamous fairy tale curse.
Oh no.
Oh no. Everyone has forgotten my birthright. Now I'm nothing more than a lowly peasant. I feel like I'm stuck in a nightmare. But no, this is my reality now. I still have no idea what I must do to break the curse. I close my eyes and remember that day.
I am the only one who will ever love you so much. Do you understand?
I understand. I want to include. Finally!
Everyone, sorry, now the prologue is over.
So the prologue had a prologue, had a prologue, had a baby.
a flashback.
Fine. When I open my eyes, I'm still in the streets. Where do I go? I'm not familiar with the streets at all. It's highly likely I'm just going to hit a dead end. Finally!
A choice. Cam! It's a choice. Alright, where we wanna go?
Okay.
Hey, somebody make a choice.
Yeah. Right is for righteousness. Left is for losers.
So right?
So I guess we go right.
You've made the right choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What?
Wow.
Right
They
is
appear
righteous,
belatedly.
Left is for losers.
Ooh, which color responds to a certain love interest?
No.
Can't wait to know what this man's name is. What would you like to know?
Choices.
Now the question is, why were you cursed? How do you break the curse?
Well, we know why
You
she
know
was.
why she was cursed is because she was being a little rude boy.
And they won't. They don't
break the
tell you.
curse?
They won't tell you how to break the curse. They just said that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know why they're working together.
I would say either the last two.
Yeah, I would like to know why the origin of the deadly lens.
To answer that, we'll have to give you a bit of a history
Oh
lesson.
God.
You've chosen incorrectly.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I've got this.
I'd like you to meet someone, though I'm sure you already know him quite well.
Rod.
So you really are cursed. I was the one that gave Sebi to Rob, so he still had some way to voice his opinions.
Sebi.
Short for Sebastian. Cute, isn't it?
It's nice to meet you, princess. Sebi's voice changes when it greets me. The tone it uses is lower whenever it speaks for Rod. Perhaps this is what Rod's voice actually sounds like?
Wait, if he remembers me, does that mean
Mermaid's curse.
what?
That is my curse.
Rod has been mute all this time because he is cursed. Does everyone else know?
Obviously, they are my family.
Even the king.
He knows as well.
So I'm the only one you've ever never told.
Well, you were kind of rude. I didn't think you particularly care either way.
Do I even have a choice?
Alright.
It faded to black, so we're good.
Fade to black. And that's, hey,
It's a wrap.
thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so that's how you do it.
Interesting. That's a wrap for right now. We'll return maybe with more of the story. Who's to say?
Maybe we'll actually get to make a lot of choices next time.
Maybe the story will be interesting.
And maybe I won't lose my mind.
Next time, maybe we'll get to romance. I love you all. Mwah. Happy Valentine's Day. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
After the break, All Systems Go collaborates with some of the darkest corners of AO3. All Systems Go. Be right back.
Hey Paisanos, on this lovely ASG day, we're back with another Guppy tank. Brief explanation of the game. Our contestants try to sell us, the judges, on a wonderful idea or product, then we deliberate on which is the best one. For this week, they'll be selling us on Crackships. What is a crackship, you're asking? It is an insane romantic pairing between two characters that makes no sense.
Not my first guess.
All right, let's get started. Who's up first? We got Laz.
Oh boy.
Hello.
All right.
Hi.
So, what are the characters we're looking at here?
So I've got Rolk and Nezarek. They are both.
What series they're from?
They're from Destiny 2. They are both raid bosses, and they. Well, first of all, if you look at Rolk, that man is no heterosexual. The way he stands with his hands behind his. Oh.
Under the prefix of this game, no one is heterosexual.
Yeah, that is
true.
So he has extremely long, toned legs, and his posture is straight up gay. The two of them share a color scheme, and they share, I guess, their boss. They both serve the witness. And you cannot convince me that that is not how they bond. They clearly bond over their mutual simping for the witness. Their themes also complement each other well. They have two, like...
Picture's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I drew that myself.
Any closing thoughts on why these two work together?
That is really good art.
Yeah, they're both, they're both red. That's my closing
They're
argument.
both red?
Yeah.
All right, next contestant. We're going to get out of here.
I'm going to need to
Wyatt.
call my Destiny 2 guy on this.
We got to call our Destiny 2 guy to help deliberate. We got Wyatt. Who are your two characters?
My two characters are Walter White from Breaking Bad and Carmen Berzado from The Bear.
I am already curious.
This art, first off, I need to say really quickly that this is twice that my graphic has been spoiled, and I am up to here with it. Anyways.
Don't touch my comic book.
I had this fan art drawn by my lovely roommate, Brendan Foley. I think that Walter White and Carmi would get along really well because they both have an art for the cook. And more than that, they're both dedicated and like this is more than just like a hobby or a career for them. This is an art to them. Simple, I mean, Walter's more of a pragmatic guy. Carmi can get a little more emotional, but I feel like they complement each other well.
You were smoking the crack ship on this one. I gotta admit, this is pretty good.
I'm
pretty
so
good.
into
Let him
this
cook.
idea.
Let him cook.
I mean, I think just from the art alone, you can really see that the two blend together in their elements well.
Somebody cooked here.
Walter can pull that manipulation game he pulls with Jesse. And Carmi can give Walt the emotion and the fire and a passionate relationship that Breaking Bad fans claim Skylar doesn't have.
I'm sorry we got handsy while you were doing a beautiful explanation, by the way, of why these two went together. Any closing thoughts before our next contestant?
Do you think Walter calls him chef?
We'll give you some time to think about that one when we move on. We'll come back around to you before we judge,
I'm
though.
going to need a little bit for that one.
All right, next up we have Sammy.
Sammy? Okay, we got... What are your picks here?
My picks are Wallace Wells from Scott Pilgrim and Metaton from Undertale. Okay, let me get out of the way of the graphic. Oh, God.
I'm gonna need
there's
specifics.
the graphic real quick. Pretty great. So Wallace Wells.
Before we start, opening question.
Yes.
Comics, movie, or anime Wallace?
Anime Wallace. That's the one I watched most recently. Plus it's the
obviously
one in
the
graphic.
anime one.
But they're both
Like, as seen
sassy
in the graphic.
gays. Okay, so number one, it's going
Eric,
to
you're
be
dumb.
enemies to lovers. It's going to be real good. Like, you know they're going to hate each other at the beginning because they're going to be like, oh, your fashion sense? Wrong. And then they're going to be like, get cool with each other because Wallace Wells is Scott Pilgrim's cool gay roommate. Okay, sorry, I'm ranting now. I had to get calm.
Yeah, you were
Wallace
ranting a little.
and they just have an energy. They both have the same gay energy. That's all I could say about that.
Sammy, I'm sorry, but there's a good chance you're going to lose because I got called stupid once you came up here.
Wait, why did you get called stupid?
Don't know. We'll find out later.
No.
Oh, am I done?
No. If you have more to say, I would like to hear your final thoughts.
Dumb, not stupid.
Okay. They both are great characters. That's all I have.
You just think they're great. They go well
Next
together.
up, we got Ryan.
That's enough out of you.
Cam?
Hello, Sharks! How are you doing today?
Ryan opening on all cylinders. What are your characters?
You see, that wonderful graphic should show up any second now.
What?
Robert Pattinson and Fred Flintstone, Dawn of Love. And truly, like any great pairing, I have written fanfic to go with it. Do you want an excerpt?
No.
Why do you think they'd go well together?
Isn't it obvious? We have Robert Pattinson, America's sex symbol, and Fred Flintstone. He's the sexiest caveman in animation.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Can I ask?
Yes,
Is he your sex symbol?
Yes, because he is America's sex symbol.
I agree.
So wait, you think all of America speaks for you on this one?
It's Twilight. Twilight is an American touchstone.
Okay. We're gonna have to cut there. All right. So now that we're done. All right. So now that you're done being dumb for a minute, let's get to the decisions. Let's do this.
Wait, before we choose, Wyatt, does he call Walter White chef?
I need this question answered.
You guys are being.
Yes or no? No deliberation.
We need to rap.
This is a
Stop
yes or no
stop
question.
being dumb. Let's rap.
Answer
the question.
Yes.
He wins. That's all. First round of Guppy Tank. You
Okay.
catch these guppies on the next episode.
Yes, chef.
All right, you'll catch these guppies on the next episode of All Systems Go, or on our Instagram or YouTube. I had Jenny in my ear. I'm so sorry.
No, it's